Hello everyone, my name is Lenny from Code with Lenny Len, and today, as I promised, we are going to learn program control structures. So what are program control structures? These are just some main constructs that guide the flow of data in software development. So as you can see from here, in Python there are two types of program control structures. That's decision making and the loops or repetitions. And to start with, I'm going to go on with the decision making, then later we're going to learn the loops or repetitions. So in the decision making, there are three kinds of structures. We have the if statement, elif statement, also known as else if in other languages, and then we have the nested if or multiple ifs. So I'm going to tackle all this one by one, hopefully making sample programs so that you can enjoy learning. And to start with, I'm going to show you something known as a flowchart. Flowchart to this program. Yes. So to start with, I'm going to start with the if construct. Okay. So you have heard the famous if or the decision making constructs, and the most famous one is if. Here is a simple program flowchart that shows you how if works. We have the start of the program, then we come to this decision box which asks, is the condition true? Then if yes, there's a statement that's run, and then if no, it's just assumed and ignored, which eventually comes to a stop. Okay, so once you just get this is the general format of an if statement, and we can get right onto the code. So I'll just come here, and to start with the syntax, now that we have learned comments, I'll just put a multi-line comment and then close that multi-line comment. I'll just say here if, then I can put in brackets the condition. Okay, there's some space just for some efficiency, and we can put this is just a full colon. In Python means that the next thing that's going to run is going to be under the if block. Okay, so we're going to say maybe print or do statement 1. Otherwise, if not the condition, we are just going to quit. Okay, so this is your generalized form of the if statement, and to get it working, let's just do a quick practical example. So using variables, we can say x is equal to 10. Then we'll come and say if brackets x is equal to 10, then full colon, then we can say print can say print hooray. Otherwise, we'll just quit and ignore the program. We'll just save this. I have a bit of explaining to do. So 6, I'll just say if, then run. As you can see, it has printed hooray, meaning x is equal to 10. So what I just did here is I asked a question, is x equal to 10? Of course we know x is equal to 10, so it printed hooray. What I did not explain are the two equal signs. Okay, so those are what are known as comparison operators. So to put a comment here, I can just put some space, then single line comment, I can just say equal to means equal to. Okay, so that will be the first one. Then I can put some space, then I can say more than or equal to. This just means more than or equal to, Okay, so we have another one, less than or equal to. This simply means less than or equal to. So these are just some of the comparison operators. We do have quite a lot, so I'll just make my work easier by putting it in a multi-line comment. 1, 2, 3. So I'll start off with more than. You know, from mathematics this means more than. Then we have that, which in maths means less than. Okay, means more than. Then the next one is double equal sign. Means equal to. Then you have the more than or equal to. So more than or equal to. Then we have that, which means less than or equal to. Then finally we do have the not equal to. That's just an exclamation and equal sign. Okay, so this means not equal to. Okay, so those are the comparison operators in Python. You can use them to evaluate any kind of statement. So we first asked, is x equal to 10? We got yes. So we can ask another simple question, is x more than 1? This of course will be true, and if we run, we can see that it printed hooray. So I'll just exit out, and you can try something else, like else is x is not equal to 1. Okay, so this is how you use the comparison operators. Just ask the condition with them inside, and you can see I got hooray again, means it's not equal to. However, if the condition here turns out to be false, let's say is x, if x is less than 1, we of course know this is not true because 10 is definitely more than 1. It will just ignore it. Okay, so this is what happens with the if. It just runs one section of code, and you can see it has run but nothing has been printed out. So this means that Python came, knows that x is 10, then you ask it the question, if x or if 10 is less than 1, print hooray, which of course is not true. X is definitely more than 1, so that's why it did not print hooray. So one more thing you need to learn from this tutorial, something known as booleans. Okay, booleans, I can just put some multi-line comment again. Today we are learning quite a lot. Booleans are just data types that evaluate that are true or false. So true with capital T and false with capital F. So these are the Boolean operators. Should I say operators or data types? Okay, they're just Boolean. Anything that evaluates to true or false is a Boolean. So here, when x is less than 1, this is of course not true. It will evaluate to false. So when this statement is run, it will turn out to be false because x is not less than 1. Otherwise, if we did change this statement and we said if x is more than or equal to 1, we of course know this is true, so it will evaluate to be true, and hence it will run print hooray. So one thing you need to know about the if, it only evaluates this section of code if this condition turns out to be true. Otherwise, if it's false, it will just ignore everything and it won't run this section right here. Okay, so remember, you've learned a lot in this tutorial. You've learned the if, you have learned Boolean operators, and you've made a sample small program to help you understand. So stay tuned for the next videos. We are getting on to fun stuff of Python, and as always, thanks for watching.